This version of Frozen in Time by myself, Lars Peter Lowell, and Katsuya Masuda is brand new, and as you can see, it's thin like a credit card. Of course, they can look at it, they can feel, they will see nothing. It's easy to put in your wallet and just bring out, and you can show a miracle. And it's very easy to perform with my handling. We love this. Hopefully you will too. Thank you.
Any special numbers will make it look cleaner. So whatever we roll to, 8. 8 is the number. So I will take the envelope up and I will hold it and I will tell them, take a close look at the magical envelope. It's a magical envelope because it will slowly open itself. And inside I have a card, and as you can see, I have nothing inside the envelope. On this card I have a picture, and the picture is of a clock. I want you to look closely at the clock and see what time it is. Hi, my name is Tim Starr, and this is my taking on the Frozen in Time. It's a great effect, and it deserves a little more attention, I think. I have a lot of fun with this. I have a museum that I perform, and I do this sometimes in the summer times, and it's also with this version approximately 30 times a day. There's a lot of people coming in, and I get a lot out of this, but I do it differently, and this is what I do. And now we come to the beginning of the routine, what I do. As I said, I use either in the hands or on the table. And we're going to use it on the table because I'm alone here right now, but pretend that this is in their hands. When I first take out the envelope and I tell them that this envelope is a magical envelope, and I got to put it in one of your hands, so can you open up your hand? Hold them up like this. And I pretend to pick the left hand. This just makes it easier later on when I say, can I raise up your right hand to hold the envelope? Because they already done this, they know what to do. So now we come to the part where they're going to pick a number. Any number from 1 to 12, it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter what routine I'm doing, this is totally individual. You can pick any time of day, your favorite time of day, when do you think, what time you were born, and so on. So any number can be picked. For this demonstration, we're just going to use Paradise. I don't want you to think that I have this preset in any special number, so make it look cleaner. So whatever we roll to, 8. 8 is the number. So I will take the envelope up, and I will hold it, and I will tell them, take a close look at the magical envelope. It's a magical envelope because it will slowly open itself. And inside I have a card, and as you can see, I have nothing inside the envelope. On this card I have a picture, and the picture is of a clock. I want you to look closely at the clock and see what time it is. Now I'll pick up this envelope from their hand or their table, whatever I was using, and they will examine this, because if you have the envelope in their hand like this, they can't examine that, so you have to get rid of this from their hand if they're holding it in their hand. And I'm just waiting for them to examine this. Let's say they say, yeah, I like to see the envelope. Yeah, okay, there's the envelope. So they can look at everything if they want to. Now at the end, what I will do is I'll take the card and I will place it right back into the envelope again. Close it up, place it down on the table, and I'm ready for the next group session or table if you do walk around. go up and pick up this envelope from their left hand, if that's where I put it, or on the table, because they need that hand to be able to go over here to look and examine the card. So I'll just do that, and they look at the card. If somebody says something, can I look at the envelope? Oh, absolutely. Here's the envelope. So they look through everything, and when I'm done, I will just take the envelope, take the card, place it right back in here again, place it down. I'm ready to go. The gimmick and the card is back in the envelope, and I'm ready for the next group or session or table. A little different ending. Sometimes, depending on what audience that I have when I do this, is that they react totally different at the end. Some go freak out and say, oh my gosh, what happened? And they grab stuff and they want to look at it. So the ending that I did before, there was basically that when I took this up and I showed this and I placed it inside like this, and the gimmick is inside and the card is inside. Let's say I don't want to do that. I don't want to end it like that. I want to go here, and the reason why I do this pushing all the time is because I want this corner up. If you place it down and you have the corner flat, it's harder to get underneath with a finger. It just looks better. So when I push it, that comes up. So if I don't want to do that, I go in here and I show the envelope, and they might want to look at everything and so on. There's no big deal. So what I will do here, if I want to end up a little differently, I do put it in and I close it up and I do that. Now I stole the gimmick. There's nothing in here. So it's just the card and the envelope. So I can then get rid of it a different way. So now how about the magical envelope? Well, I think this is just a cute thing I came up with, and it looks very impressive when you do it. If I take the envelope and I take it from the left hand and I place it in my left hand, I grab it right in the center of on each side with the long finger and the thumb, not the pinky. So I just grab it right here. As you can see, I'm holding down the corners a little bit. And what I do, I'm slowly going to release that by doing just this. But you can't see it. It looks almost invisible. And it's going to pop up a little bit. Now I continue to squeeze slowly. Just slowly squeezing. Just squeeze it. And the speed is, of course, the harder and faster you squeeze, the faster it's going to go. Until it opens up. And there it is. As you can see now, I got a big hole here and I got a big hole here. It's very easy now, due to I'm holding it this way, to reach in here. I go very far to pick up this card. If I don't hold it like that, if I hold it like this, see, I can't go very far because these fingers are locking where I'm going in here. And it's harder to find that hole there. So this is what I do. I go in here and I pick it up. Now, I'll pick it up different depending on what number it is. If it is, for example, from the high side, from 6 up to 12, I pick up the card here. If it is the lower side, I pick it up here. Now, why does that matter? Well, it does, because when I pick it up this way, and I have my gimmick, and if it's easier for me, I can go further by doing this side all the way up on this side. See, I don't come far down here. I come to about 7, that's it. But if I hold the card here and I start at 6, see, I can come all the way over here to do it. So that's why I pick it up different depending on what card it is. So that's the magical envelope. So how does this work? This is the explanation of Frozen in Time that I do. Now, I do not use the gimmick that came with it. I have fixed my own gimmick, and it's much smaller. My gimmick is only 6 millimeter in diameter, and it is 3 millimeter thick, and that's all you need to do this. But what I have done here with it is something a little different. When I go in here, I have my gimmick sitting on the same place as you do. It sits at 6 o'clock on it. But what I have is I have it sitting right here on the edge of this. I like that the best. It's sitting right there on it. So when I pick up this and put in my left hand, and I do the opening of envelope, and I go in here and I just put my thumb directly onto the gimmick, pull it out, show this, and then I set it. Let's say it was 8 o'clock. So I'll set it at 8 o'clock, and I put this down, so I push a little bit, and you see that goes up there with it. Now, what I will do here now is I'm taking the card, and I set it to 8 o'clock, so I'm taking the card away from this hand. I don't take this card away from the card, this hand away from the card. So I go this way, and I turn the card over, and this is very clean because there's no angles on here. There's no angles whatsoever. And I place it down, and I can show my hands empty. Go up here, do this, same thing, no angles. And I can take this and show this both sides. Put it down here, and we're done. Now, what I've done here on the other side of the gimmick, I have put one little piece of double sticky carpet tape. So this here, we set on 6. When I pull this up here, see, it sticks to my thumb. So it sticks right to my thumb. But I came up with a really nice move, because I do not, let's say we pull this at 3 o'clock. So I have it now, the thumb is there, it's sticking to the thing. I don't want it on my thumb, I want it on my long finger. So what I do is, I take this out and I do this. Now it's sitting on my long finger here. It's pretty smooth and slick there, because what happens is, when I pull this away, the card, now it sticks to my thumb. All I got to do is roll it half a turn. Now it sticks to my long finger, so I can switch it from this to this anytime I want to. So I can have it from this, for example, this. Now sitting on my long finger, right there. And you work very natural with this. So I can take this and I place it down on the table. Now it's on my long finger here. So I can go up and show my hands empty. And anytime I want to move it to another finger, I can do so. For example, I want to get rid of it from this place, and I sit with my hands like this. Now it's gone from there. So I can show my hands, now it's sitting over here. Or if I want it back to on the long finger again, I do this, now it's back here again. So I can move this around anywhere I want to. When I take and put it back again, I have it on my long finger. Turn it over, and I place it in here. I will dump it together with the card. So I will put it down, let the card fall, push it down on the edge. When I come to the magnet here, see, I push the card at the same time I push off the magnet into the envelope. So it goes right in there. Now it's inside with the card. There we go. So place it right in, and when I come down here, I just push it out, and I just push it right off the finger into the there and there. Now, if I didn't want it in here, I have youngsters here that cannot stand still, and their arms are everywhere. What I do then is do the same thing here. And then when I put it away, take the card and I place it in, but I don't dump the magnet. I just take this out of here and leave it on my long finger, and I turn this over, and I go up here, and I'm going to close the envelope down. And what I do here, I set it this way so the index is just a little bit ahead of this. So the index will go, and then the long finger will go after. And I close it, and I lay it down. Now I have it back here, and whatever they do, I'm very clean here. I can then move it whatever I want to, depending on what they do. So they grab at this, of course, they want to look at that, and I have every time in the world to switch it over. I now can wash my hands. I have nothing here because it's sitting in here. Or I can put it back on the finger or whatever I want to do. Put it back on the thumb. So that's what I use for this, and it works really good, I think. And also my magnet is just perfect because this one works. I can spin it around like a quick clock here. So 6x3, perfect. Double sticky tape on one, velour on the other side there. And what I do is I just punch out these things. That's the black piece, 6mm. Here's the double sticky. And the double sticky is 2 peels on each side, so it doesn't matter. You split it, stick it on there, and then you peel off the end. Just peel it off, and you got that sticky thing here. And then I just move it to 6, push it in, all the way in, and I like to have it like that. It's just me. Of course, you can do this if you totally want to, not showing it. But I like to keep it just like that. I have control over it. So that's how I do it now. The way I do it is the way I do it and come up with. It doesn't mean everybody has to do it this way. Everybody do it the way they want to. But as I've talked to Lars Peter Lowell, I just want to show you what I do. And it works really good for me. And I've done this hundreds and hundreds of times. So a little practice and it becomes a beautiful piece of magic. Hi, Tim Starr here again. I want to show you some stuff with the envelope. And in the beginning, when you get an envelope, of course, when these are new, and this is yours, and I only have one, and this is the one that I've been using. It's getting wore out, but that's the one I've been using. In the beginning, I understand you had a problem, and it is because it's brand new, everything is creased, it's flat, and so on. And the thing to do, you have to be able to do this with it. And in the beginning, it's very hard because it is so creased here, and it's so flat. So what happens is, I'll show you the difference. I have two playing cards, and I glue them together, or tape them together. And you don't have that hole, so when you're pushing it, you're going to get this, either left or right. So they all it's going to bend either way. To fix that with the envelope, I use a chopstick, and I place this chopstick just in the envelope here, and I just press here, and it makes it rounder. So now you have this here. Same thing as I would do here. I will open this up. I have taped it in each side. I will just take this chopstick, and I will crease it, and I will just push it here, and I'll do the same on this other side, same as I would do on the envelope. Now I get this gap here, you see, and as soon as you get the gap, it's going to be automatically. As soon as you have that gap, it's going to go. So, for example, here I've taped one together. Here I taped another one. This one I come to in a second because this is very different. So what you do here now, when I close it, I can do the same thing with it, and I can just take this, you do the squeeze, and then it opens up. But I discovered something really nice with this, really nice. So I pretend this same thickness as this is. I place this in here. So what I noticed with this is that this, due to the material here that it's made of, and I just taped it together, I'm going to show you how I taped it. I can take this and put this in the spectator's hand, and I can have the envelope open itself, just like that. It looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Now I can do the speed anyway. I can slow it down so it opens slower, or I can speed it up so it opens faster. Either way, it's pretty neat. I have no threads or anything. So what I've done here, I'll show you on one piece here. This is how I taped it together. Take two playing cards, just like this, and I tape them here, as you can see. I'd use the brown tape so you can see. Here, here, and here. And I cut out exactly like this is, or like that, and then I put a flap on it here. So all I did was I put a tape here, and I put a flap on it there. That's it. But, very important, what you have to do is do this thing at the end so you get this opening. It has to have that. You put in your gimmick into it. That's it. And now I can crease it, or I can change the speed just by pulling my fingernail right there. When I place it down, I can have it open just by itself all the way over. Magic, isn't it? So that's all there is to it. I think that looks pretty good. You can do it really fast too if you do this. And if I just want it super fast, I just do this. Boom, and there it's open. I think it looks pretty cool when you have it going pretty slow. That's magic. So you can have it in your spectator's hand, which is pretty neat. You take this and you place it in their hand, and you tell them to pull the hand over, and when you remove the hand from the spectator, it's going to open up the whole envelope, and then you go in and take out your gimmick and do whatever you want to. I think that was a pretty neat discovery. But It's fun. You can sit and play with this all day. Now, if you take this and you crease it really hard, lay it down like this in their hand, and it lays for a while like this, when you open it up next time, you can make it go really slow. As you can see, it's going to go, but it's going to be very slow. It's going to take about 2 minutes, but it will go over to it eventually. So I think that looks pretty cool. Nothing special, no threads, nothing. It works great. As you see, it's still working. Now, it's a pity that these cards are the size they are. These are, poker size. So this will not go in there. But I'm going to talk to this cardboard company, and I'm going to see if he has something like this up there. So I don't know. It was just an idea. Wonder what you think about it. See, it's open now. Pretty cool, huh?